Let's talk about living in your truth, living an authentic life and not worrying about what other people think about you. This is the Motivation Friday segment. I'm your host, Joe Chege. Let's dive in. When you think about it, when people talk about living in their truth, especially in this age and era that you're living in, there's a different perception based on that statement, because for some, they believe it's being woke, being able to analyze and critique all the conspiracies around us. But today, I just want to dive into what I believe personally living in your truth means. I feel like there are people out here that have so much greatness in them, that have always aspired to do great things, but they're always scared of doing what is right. And the reason why they're scared of living in their truth is because they care so much about the opinion of other people, or they care so much about validation from their friends, their families, and maybe the people around their community. And I feel like the only thing that's holding you from living an impactful life or living your life to the fullest is when you do such things. We live in a world right now that is so full of validation, especially living in this social media era where we all are so caught up in likes, comments, views, and all this stuff, that if you put a post out there, if you take a nice picture, put on the filters and throw it on the social media, and nobody comments on it, or you don't get the traction or get the interaction with your pictures from the people that you like or the people that you follow, you feel like you don't amount to anything. You don't feel like life is happening. And this is sad, because I was talking the other day to my wife, and she said something that was so interesting. In her line of work, most of her colleagues kept on saying, if there's one thing they regret in life, is not taking the opportunities and the chances that came their way, and also not traveling when they had the opportunity. And when you listen to all these stories, it all goes back to being comfortable in your comfort zone and not doing the things that you love, or not living in your truth. And now years later, you're regretting because you feel like, I wish I would have done. It's so sad when you have so much potential in you, but you're limiting yourself because of what the other people are going to think about you. And you end up just living a mediocre life instead of living a fulfilled life and chasing your dreams and aspirations. For me, I'm not perfect, as I always say, but I'm trying every single day to live a fulfilled life. It's not easy, especially with us living like in the matrix and living this program life where you wake up, you do like you have a program, a plan that you have to follow, or you've been following for like all the years of your life, and now you're trying to break off that system and create or chart a path that's different because you're trying to live your truth. It's not gonna be easy, but there's no better feeling than living for what you truly want to live. There's no better feeling than living a life that's fulfilling, doing the things that you love. And most of us are living this life, waking up every day from January to December, just doing the same stuff because we're caught up in this cycle, and we don't want to break free. When you think about it, we're living in an age where lies are praised and the truth is shunned. Nobody wants to speak about the reality of the truth of the matter. We are so quick to praise the negative vibe and speak ill about any positive stuff that the people are doing in society. As we all know, there's the saying where they say in the media industry, where they say the news that bleeds sells. Like for them, if something is negative, that's where the money is. And that's why when you look at all like major media houses, all they keep on pushing is negative vibe. Look around you, like the most important narrative that's always being pushed is always about negativity. But enough of that. I feel like I'm stepping away from this point. So when we all think about it, we have to always ask ourselves, when you wake up in the morning, am I living in my truth? Am I really living the kind of life I've always envisioned myself to live? Am I really comfortable where I am in my relationship, in my family, in my walk of life? Am I where I feel like I'm supposed to be? Am I really chasing my dreams and aspirations, or doing the things that I've always wanted to do, the things that actually give me happiness, they give me a sense of well-being, the things that actually give you mental health or mental stability? Or am I just doing things for the sake of pleasing other people and not living a fulfilled life? We know what's happening right now. Everybody's rushing into all these metaverse conversation and all that, and I'm like, yo, so we are trying to unplug from the system. We keep on saying, yo, I want freedom. I want to be able to do the things that I love with my family. I want to connect with my family, spend time with them. And guess what? When you look on the other side, everybody's rushing to plug into the matrix. We all want to connect into the metaverse. We now want to live a virtual life more than the natural life that we are. It feels like now we are living in a battle between nature versus metaverse. And that's the sad thing. Like, anytime you try to unplug, anytime you try to follow your truth, anytime you try to live a fulfilled life, here comes another product, here comes another idea or something else to distract you from living your truth. I know I always talk about living your life to the fullest and not settling for less, because I truly believe if we all live our life to the fullest, we can accomplish so much in life. Because I feel like majority of us have settled for less when we are meant for greatness. When we have so much in us, we have gems of wisdom, knowledge, creativity in all of us, but we're always limiting ourselves because of all these excuses and beliefs that we have in us. Some of us because of the traumas of our past, some of us because of not having people who would speak words of affirmation and encouragement to us, and so we've grown to believe that we are not meant to be great. We don't have anything to offer in us. And I believe the enemy always wants us to settle for less. The enemy always wants us to be comfortable and not even have the urge to aspire and be great in any way, sense, or form. So I felt like coming in here today and just encouraging you to keep on working on what you're working on, to look inside of you and search for that self-belief, search for the belief that you are capable of doing so much in life. And maybe that spark is going to help you to step out of your comfort zone and go out there and showcase what you have. Because the world's been waiting for you, like the world is actually waiting for you to put that brand, to put out that product, put out that book, so that they can be able to gain from your wealth of knowledge. And the only way you might be able to do that is by living in your truth, by truly searching inside of you and saying, okay, I'm calling myself on my bullshit. I'm no longer going to settle for less. I'm no longer going to settle for mediocre or the validation of other people. But first and foremost, I'm going to search within myself and look for what actually makes me tick, what fulfills my life, what do I really want to become. Like many of us, we started the new year saying, this is going to be the best year of my life. And guess what? We decided to fall back, and now we're looking for excuses of why we can't do stuff. Stop doing that. Like, I'm going to keep on saying this the whole of 2022. We need to step out of our comfort zone and live a fulfilled life. We need to put all the excuses aside. Like, I don't know anyone who's ever become rich by excuses. I don't know anyone who's ever been able to accomplish his goals and aspirations by always putting out excuses out there. Like I always say, our biggest mistake is procrastinating and always putting things aside as if we have tomorrow. We feel like we have so many years in this life where we're going to be able to fulfill so much. But the reality is, if you listen to the stories, go out there. Ask the elders in your community. Go out there and talk to the OGs, the people who've lived longer than you, and ask them, What's the one regret that they have in this life? And most of them are going to tell you they wish they would have taken life seriously and did the things that they were passionate about. Most of them are going to tell you, I wish I would have just believed in myself and did travel the world, went out there and ventured out into this life to experience what's out there for me, instead of settling down and staying in their comfort zone and not being able to achieve their greatness. So if there's already a blueprint out there, if there's already a cheat code out there that shows you that when you just ignore all the noise and focus on more making your life better, focus on making your life greater than it was last year, then the end result is you're going to be successful. Once you know how to live in your truth, once you know how to believe in what you have and start working on it with whatever minimum resources that you have, then you're definitely going to be successful. We need to own up to our truth. We need to live in our truth and believe in ourselves and believe that we can aspire and become anything we put our mind into it. Whatever you believe, that's what you become. Like they always say, you are a true reflection of the people that are around you. We have to always keep on dreaming, because I feel like we've settled. You have to keep on having all these grand ideas and dreams and believe in them and work and believe in them and find a way to fulfill those dreams and aspirations. Own up. If you're caught up in a fix, if you're somewhere where you're not supposed to be, if you have a habit that's holding you from stepping out into your comfort zone, ask yourself, is it worth it? Are you willing to sacrifice living a life of joy, living a life of fulfillment, living a life of accomplishing great things for the sake of being caught up, of staying in this position? Because when we say, I really love my family, I'll do anything to make sure my family is set up, and we are not stepping out and we're not stepping out of our comfort zone to be able to fulfill the things that are going to take us to the next level, then the truth of the fact is you don't even care about them. You're so selfish, you're so full of yourself, you're so selfish that you'd rather stay in your comfort zone and conform to the system instead of stepping out and chasing your dreams and aspirations and doing the things that are necessary to make your skill better, doing the things that are necessary to help you get a better job, to do the things that are necessary to help your brand grow. You'd rather sleep in and just chill and watch Netflix and do all these things instead of spending that time to work on your craft. And then guess what you're gonna say? Oh, I don't have time, I'm always busy, excuses. We need to stop doing that, man. 2022, the last thing I wanna hear is excuses, man. I've been there. And like I said, I don't know anyone who's ever been successful by giving out excuses. An excuse will not pay your bills. Like, show me someone who's ever paid their bills by using excuses. So we no longer want to hear that in 2022. Like, we need to focus on building our brands. We need to focus on becoming better in whatever skills that we have. Just do your research. Look at the people who are in your field, the ones that are killing it. Study them, observe their moves, and then you don't even have to reinvent the wheel. If anything, just be more creative, add your own little flavor and spice, and then with time, once you refine it and once you find your niche and you go hard on it and make it better, trust me, you are definitely gonna be successful. Do your research. Always study the greats, study the people who've made it, and you'll see a pattern. They never gave up on themselves. They never had excuses. They never settled in their comfort zone. They always believed that they were gonna be great. Even at a younger age, the dreams that they had, they never stopped dreaming. They kept on chasing, they kept on refining themselves, they kept on showing up every single day. And at the end of it all, when you look at them right now, they're living a better life compared to where we are. So you have to ask yourself, what's your true meaning of success? What's the true meaning of success to you, and how are you gonna be able to achieve that? What are some of the things that you're gonna have to sacrifice to be able to step into the next level? And I believe once you live in your truth, once you live for what truly inspires you or gives you a sense of fulfillment, then you're in a better space compared to someone who's decided to live in their comfort zone. So be encouraged today. Go out there, venture out there, keep on working on what you're working on. Don't despair. Don't worry about the naysayers. Don't worry about the people that are saying, that's a small business. Don't worry about that. It's your small business, and one day it's gonna flourish and become a huge establishment or a great brand that everyone is gonna come from all over the world to come and support you. You have to start somewhere. Start by living in your truth. Start by refining and defining yourself. Start by truly and honestly believing in what you truly want to become in this life. Don't settle for less. You're meant for greatness. Keep working on yourself, and in due season, you're going to reap the rewards. You are definitely going to reap your reward as long as you don't give up on yourself. 2022, no excuse. And that's my word for today. Peace, and I'm out.